Hello everybody, welcome. I'm Neft Master Mixologist Luke Barr. Guess what? It's 6 o'clock on a Thursday. We are live from the Neft Lounge, and I'm a Dalmatian wolf, which can only mean one beautiful thing. It's time for Neft After Dark, everybody! Man, I love this show. I love it. Every Thursday we get to hang out and bring back a little of what we missed during COVID, which now is coming back in a big way, a little bit of that atmosphere, that bar, that community, and of course, having a nice cocktail and some food with some really good friends. As I said, we are filmed in front of a live studio audience. And you guys can't see them, but they are the best looking human beings I've ever seen. We have a fantastic show tonight, as always, here to kick it off and do some spooky Halloween cocktails because, well, 'tis this season. Ladies and gentlemen, Alex Yates is on the show. Can I get a Yates Yates? Why is she so much cooler than me? Also, we have a fantastic poet, author, director, writer, all-around talented human being. Shani Ashley Francione is on the show, everybody. Yeah, I like the photo came up and everyone was like, ooh, I love it. She's also beautiful. I don't know if I said that. We're going to play a little game later on, a little bar trivia with some of our favorite people and guests on this show, some of which you guys are legends from Chi-Town. They are hip-hop legends, you guys. Abstract Mindstate is on the show. Of course, philanthropist, community leader, a good friend who recently we realized we met through Shani, hilariously enough, full circle in this show. Fantastic human being, Brandon Rainey, also on the show, you guys. As always, each week we're trying to bring you guys something a little different, a little more fun, and of course just bring you guys some a little entertainment, things that we missed during COVID. So at the end of this show, we're very, very happy. Abstract Mindstate is going to perform live for us right here on this stage. How about that? Yeah. That's right. As always, we like to kick the show off with a cocktail of the night. Tonight, of course, no different, you guys. Not necessarily a Halloween cocktail, but something I really like to switch it up around this time of year is get something with a little color, a little punch, you know what I mean? Spike it up a little bit. So tonight, I'm gonna make a cocktail I call the Love and Lavender. A couple things you're gonna need. Fresh lavender syrup. Now, you can make this from fresh lavender buds, or if you want, save yourself some time, maybe some money, all depends, but definitely save yourself time. Go onto Amazon, find one that's made by Monin. It's a flavored syrup lavender. It's fantastic, has an original French style recipe, and you're not gonna be disappointed. Also, fresh egg white. You can use a real egg if you want and separate the yolk out, or just go to your local store, buy some liquid egg whites. They'll do just fine. Fresh lemon juice. Now, you can use lemon juice. Paracones, Lucy's, there's some great brands out there. But for this sake, because we just want just a little hint, a little tinge of it, we're just gonna use half of a lemon that we've cut in half. And of course, a little bit of lavender water. Now, this is really for aromatics. This is what we do at the very end of the cocktail, just to help bring a little more of the scent to the cocktail to help paint the picture that we're gonna do, because that's what it is. When we talk about making cocktails, it really comes down to painting and sculpting this picture of taste and flavor profile and feel, because we don't just taste alcohol or drinks, we feel it. More than likely, and I know Ernie knows this because it's a live show. Thanks for coming, Ernie. Anytime you do this and someone has a cocktail and they describe it to you, they usually go, oh my God, that warmed me up on the inside, or that made my hair stand up, or whoo, like got me, a little spice, whatever it is. We normally don't say I tasted caramel or vanilla or some flavor profiles. We talk about how it made us feel. So I just always think that's kind of a fun little psychological tool that we use. If we can paint the picture while making the cocktail, it's definitely gonna affect the way they drink the cocktail. So these ingredients, and of course, Neft Ultra Premium Vodka, that Austrian Alps water, that's 4 ancient non-GMO rye from the Saxon region, and of course, that 3-time copper pot distillation process that is not replicated anywhere else in the world is gonna give us that like spirit-forward foundation that we can build this cocktail on. Okay. Now that we've talked a lot about the ingredients, let's Martha Stewart this thing, you guys. A little bit different than normal cocktails is that we're gonna build this without ice. We're gonna dry shake first, and this is really because of the egg white. We're gonna build a little bit of the velvety and the texture that we really want in this cocktail. So we're gonna use, and this is just pretty simple, only about ½ an ounce of our lavender syrup, because it's gonna be a martini style cocktail. So we're just going for a little hint on the back end of flavor. We're gonna do 1 full ounce of egg white, And by the way, if you don't have a measuring tool at home, that's okay. If you're using just a regular egg, separate the yolk out and use one whole medium-sized egg. Save you guys some time there. Squeeze your half of a lime in there. Now, if you have a juicer, that works great too. I'm kind of lazy. I just like to use my hands. Get some citrus in there. And of course, we're going to use 1.75 ounces Neft Ultra Premium Vodka. There we go. And of course, if you're like me, you can use 2. It's fine. No one's going to be mad at you. Here we go that way. So like I said, we're going to dry shake first, which seems kind of weird and awkward, but it'll make sense later. This is to build the egg white and the foam in here. It's giving us a different texture. And of course, as you always know, you got to smile when you shake because it makes it taste better. Then we'll add some ice, just a little bit, and give it another shake. And we're not necessarily trying to cool this down or dilute it. We just want to add a little bit of temperature touch on the back end of this. And always when you use egg white or anything like that nature, you want to double strain. It's going to help build the proud on top. That's going to be what most people drink beer call head or a foam. And like the opposite of a Guinness that settles, this one's actually going to rise. So if we give this just a little bit of time, you guys will see this cocktail is actually going to rise up. I'm going to step out and let you guys watch this for a second. I love it. This is why mixology takes a long time, right, Alex? Yates knows this. People go, where's my cocktail? I want it right now. And we go, well, sometimes there's a process.
Patience is key.
It's like cooking a steak. It takes very little time to actually cook the steak. It takes a lot longer for the steak to do what's called rest, which is actually where the finishing flavor and cooking happens when you take it off the heat. You go, oh, someone's excited about that. They're like, yeah, steak. Appreciate it. So as you guys can see, we're starting to get a little bit of separation here. Eventually we'll have a little very, very light, because this cocktail is not a super different colored cocktail. It should be just a touch pink, but because of the citrus in this and of course the egg white, we're gonna get like an off-white or beige color, which is a very unique cocktail. And if you guys zoom in on that, you'll see it's actually starting to separate here. We have 2 distinct separate colors. And I went ahead and got lazy and hung myself just a little bit of a lemon twist on there. And you guys, that's how we make the love and lavender. I love it. Someone wrote in, because I always say simple, easy, you can make it at home. And someone wrote in that said, no, I can't. And I thought that was just funny. Anyways, you guys, here to show us some spooky cocktails. You love her, we love her. She's very talented. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Alex Yates. Can I get a Yates, Yates? Yates! Alex, as always, welcome to the show. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me. Well, to start off, I know a lot of people like candy corn, or like it's more split. Half the people hate candy corn, half the people like candy corn, and mostly it's because of the texture. But the flavor of candy corn happens to be marshmallow and vanilla, and that's what we're playing off. So when Halloween is over and you guys have all that leftover candy corn, make yourself a candy corn simple syrup. 1 cup candy corn, 1 cup water, put it on the stove, boil it. Once it hits boil, turn it down to simmer and keep stirring. It's gonna create a nice lovely marshmallow and vanilla flavor. And today I'm making us some shooters. So yes. I'm gonna start off with 0.5 ounces. And because what I'm doing now is I'm making 2, I'm showing you the recipe for 2 shooters. So put in 0.5 ounces of the candy cane simple syrup, throw that in. And then 0.75 ounces of pineapple juice. And what this cocktail is this shooter is gonna taste like is gonna be like a pineapple upside down cake, which is one of my favorite desserts. My grandparents used to make it all the time when I was younger. So after that, you're gonna wanna shake it up. So let me grab some of my ice. Oh, and of course, the most important part, our Neft vodka. Very important. So what I'm gonna do is gonna put 1.5 ounces of our Neft vodka into here. Throw that in. Let's go, and we're gonna shake that up.
Look at that smile. It's gonna taste better, I know this.
Always, always. And what this cocktail is gonna be a layered cocktail. So what you're gonna wanna do is pour the first part of that in, which is the base of everything. In. in so I can fill it up a little bit more. There we go, and you're gonna get that nice orange color from the candy corn syrup. And what we're gonna do now is float a little bit of grenadine. And so floating, what you're gonna do is, because the grenadine happens to be heavier than the rest of the alcohol, it's gonna float to the bottom, so you wanna lightly layer it in by pouring over the back of your bar spoon. Put that in. Throw that in. So as you can see already, there's a nice little gradient in there for us. And of course, probably open my whipped cream first, but whipped cream is the best part of these shooters. Throw it on top to get the white top of the candy corn. And there you go. So, Luke, you ready to try this with me? It's pretty beautiful, isn't
Lord.
it?
Can I get Yates Yates?
I'm excited about everything you've ever brought here, but this looks sugary and sweet. Without a doubt, I promise you, I know Yates enough. It's gonna be delicious, you guys. So let's get into this thing. All right.
Ready?
Am I ready?
Cheers.
Salud. I feel like such a man right now. Ladies and gentlemen, Alex Yates, everybody! Oh my goodness gracious, that is delicious. Taken from one fantastic female to another, you guys, we're gonna be right back with Shani Ashley Francione right after we check out her video, you guys. Check this out. She directed it, she starred in it. Well, I'm just gonna say enough about that. Here's Wet by Shani.
Woo!
Off the clock and I'm high, 'cause it's the weekend. It's the weekend.
Yo, tell me why this boys is the me and said pop out, because you know restaurants is open and everything. Wait. Where you going? Why you got makeup on?
Don't worry about it. What they said?
Oh, well, it's gonna be me, you, Kim, and the boys if you pop out. You coming?
I got plans.
What's better than bottles and free food? Shitting me?
I got plans tonight.
You got plans, I see.
Relax. It's still new.
I'm just happy for you. You look happier.
I am happier.
Well, you really, really deserve it, so.
Thank you, sis. Thank you.
I'm gonna let you go do your thing, because I know you gotta do everything, so I'm gonna head
All
out.
right. Have fun. Don't be a mess.
I'm gonna behave myself. You know I just want my free meal.
Bye.
All right, I'll talk to you later.
Everybody, welcome back to Neft. Yo. How about that video, y'all?
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, we got a live studio audience. There's a lot of people here. There's like 2 dudes and 8 women that were like, It's made this interview a lot harder. Okay. 2 people got that joke. Shani, we've met before.
We've met plenty of times.
I know. Your hair looks very different than it does in that video.
You know, it's a wig for me. You know what I'm saying? You know, you gotta switch it up.
I'm from South Dallas. I got no issues with this. You look fantastic, by the way.
Thank you.
I will say, I do love the short hair. I think there's
Thank
something
you.
femininely strong about it, beautiful about it. It looks natural. What do you guys think? We for it? We for it?
Yes.
I'm for it. I'm for
Thank
it.
you.
I have to ask this. You know, I always like to kind of start with like a hard-hitting question when we start these interviews. What is your favorite cupcake flavor?
Red velvet for sure. Red velvet. You cannot go wrong with red velvet.
I'd have to agree with you. That's a good choice.
Thank you.
Okay, now we're gonna get into some real questions, you guys. Because Shani, we met before. When we met, hilariously enough, with Brandon Rainey, who's on the show, love this guy. You were doing a spoken word open mic / competition, but really I think it was more like a run what you brung, show what you got sort of scenario, which is just really speaking from the heart. Of course, a little bit's planned. You've got a point behind it, but can you tell us a little bit about that night?
Yeah, so it was a poetry slam, and I highlighted a story about Khalif Browder, and I also did a poem on Black women because I feel like we don't get spoken about enough, and so I did 2 different poems, and that night was like super fun. It was. It gave me an opportunity to perform again because that was my first time performing since COVID. So
Yo, welcome
that was my
back,
first
everybody.
live performance.
By the way, I was there. It was dope. She killed it. Obviously, she won, but
I
it was
did
crazy
win.
good.
I did. It was dope because it was nice to be in front of a live audience again and just having the energy of the crowd and being able to speak Khalif Browder's story is always my mission whenever I get a chance to. So yeah, that was a special night.
I'll say this because I think there's a lot of times you go, people invite you to, hey, especially in LA, New York, places that have a big entertainment industry or performing arts industries, people invite you to their one-man show, to their comedy stand-up routine. My band's playing at this small place in wherever. And sometimes there's a little hang-up about going because you're not exactly sure. And sometimes you go, and if you all get into it, it kind of makes sense. You didn't let anyone have a choice. You said, you're coming with me, I'm taking you along for this ride, everyone jump on. Guys, true story, I was crying in the back. It was beautiful, because I felt you, and the whole audience did, the whole crowd did, and you moved people with your words, and I just think that's such a beautiful talent that you showcase.
Thank you.
You
I
can
really
clap, this is
appreciate
dope, by the way.
No, that means a lot. Because I remember that was your first time seeing me perform, and then after you were like, no, I really cried. And I was like, wait, you're being serious? And you were like, yeah. And that means a lot to me because Khalif Browder's story, for anybody who doesn't know it, go on Netflix, there's a whole documentary about it. That story is just very heartbreaking, and he was from New York, and I'm from New York. So for me, it's like, if I could speak on a young Black man's story and share his story and with my gift of poetry, then if it can affect anybody, no matter what race, no matter what gender, and they can still resonate with it, like, I know I'm doing my job. For me, poetry is just doing a job.
You call it doing a job, it's definitely sharing a gift, by the way. I'm not trying to correct you, but it's a gift that you're sharing with everyone, and I appreciate it. Which, by the way, she's gonna do tonight for us, everybody. Yeah. I'm just ruining surprises, let's go. That's my show, we do whatever we want. And Ernie, also, it's a live show. So if you guys haven't been here before, those of you watching at home know what I'm talking about. There was a time in this show that for some reason I decided that my out, if I paused or whatnot, would have said, well, hey, it's a live show. And we decided to make that a drinking game where every time I say that, Ernie has to drink. So after this, I'm gonna have to drive him home pretty much. But in case you guys want to yell it out, that's fine, we're gonna count that too. Should we practice? On 3, 1, 2, 3. It's a live show! Ernie, that's like 20, bro. I love it, I love it. Shani, you talked about being from New York. You've actually written and performed your own one-woman show that you talked about called Naked, an Open Letter to My Ex in New York.
Yes.
Tell me about that.
Naked, an Open Letter to My Ex is a true story about my perspective of my first relationship and how it helped transform me into the woman that I am today. So the show is by all means not a bashing show. It's more so just like how our relationship and my actions along with his actions impacted me to be the woman I thoroughly enjoy. Like, I love who I am today, and if I could, if I could look back at, because we were high school sweethearts, so if I could look back at 16-year-old me and let her know what this relationship was gonna do for her, I would love to tell her that, but I'm also like, she had to go through the ride, so.
Ain't that the truth?
You know, you just gotta go through relationships sometimes, and whether you like it or not, it's gonna be heartbreaking, but I pulled a Taylor Swift. I profited off my heartbreak. I definitely profited off of it.
That was the best metaphor I've ever heard, by the way.
Taylor Swift is goals. I'm not gonna hold you.
She's the only woman that changed a whole genre of music for the worse, even though she's talented as hell. I love you, Tay. Come on the show anytime. It'll be great.
You might interview her.
She's gonna be here next week. Watch. Speaking of relationships, this is fun. You and I met one time, and you were kind of seeing someone. I don't want to say boyfriend, girlfriend. You were dating this dude who was very boring. You told me this, and I'm paraphrasing. So we're not gonna say his name on the show,
watching
Brian.
The show. Hi, Mom.
But you told me this one day. You said, like, I don't know, he's, and you kind of kept doing this thing, and I was like, why are you with this dude? You have so much to offer. You're a talented woman. You're strong. And you're laughing because you know what I'm talking about, don't you?
I'm laughing because I can't believe you're saying this right now.
It's okay. It's okay. It's a live show.
Yo.
I'm sorry, guys. This show's a little spotty. That's all I'm gonna say. Okay.
All right, we're here. We open the door. Go ahead.
But dating in LA, it's different, right?
Oh my God, it's so different. Like, it's sick. It's sick to me because.
We're gonna have to expand on this. This is like back in the 90s when bad meant good. Now sick could mean anything.
Okay, so being born and raised from Brooklyn, like the men in New York are very like, they see their prey and they go after it.
Their prey.
Yeah.
There's gonna be a hashtag coming out of this show soon enough.
Like, the men in New York are very like, yo, I'm interested in her, so I'm gonna go after her, and nobody's gonna like stop me.
Okay, that's
They're assertive.
Maybe the wording was a little different.
Okay.
There you go, assertive. I think that's less creepy.
Okay, yes. The men in New York are assertive. They like what they see. They go after it. The men out here, they're coming from different parts of the country, the world, you know, and they're just docile. They'll just like stare at you. You see, you feel me?
All right.
You feel me? Like,
straw poll in the audience. Who agrees with this?
all the ladies agree because the men out here, they really just be staring, and I'm like, do I have a pimple on my forehead? Like
Every guy in this room is like, excuse me, excuse me.
It's bad out here in these streets, and also like I'm a very I don't want to say aggressive, but I'm an assertive woman. You know, I come from the concrete jungle. So for me, if I'm not dating a man that is okay with the assertiveness or used to it, it's a little strange to me. And sidebar, I just love a New York man's accent because y'all fine as hell. You know what I'm saying? You know, I love when they be like, yo, what's good? You feel me? Like, I love me a New York me.
I'm sorry, you want some dude to come up to me like, yo. There's a dude on the corner up here, I promise you, coughing up.
I just love me a brother from New York, all right?
No qualms with that. Hey, I love a good, strong woman, man. I couldn't do without one myself. You got, gentlemen, you agree? Yeah. Like two guys were like, yeah. One guy was like, maybe, I don't know, we'll see. That Blake's here, man. This dude just got married to a wonderful woman. How about that? My boy Blake was on the show not too long back, man. I love this guy. This is the best part, man. We talk about this being family, you guys. We didn't pay him to come back here. He just likes us. This is cool. I'm trying to talk up my own show right now. Next week, Celine Dion's on the show. It's not true. Don't come back. She's not going to be here. We talked about winning the open mic. We talked about what you've done in New York, but you also, I think it's pretty unique, you talked about being a first generation person in your family, meaning both your parents were immigrants from different places.
Correct.
So, I want to hear about this. I think this is unique, because you hold this at a high regard for yourself.
I do. I definitely do, because the neighborhood that I'm from in Brooklyn, Canarsie, Flossie, feel me?
I'm assuming that was, you guys get that. I don't know.
No, well, the neighborhood, I mean, mean, Brooklyn in itself is like a melting pot of Caribbeans, and so my parents are both from Haiti, and they came here with very little. You know, my mom was on some like, I ain't going back home. Like she was trying to just escape it, and it's still so wild to me to think that anybody in this country can like leave their home and not know where to start from scratch. So my parents are literally my idols because they have literally built nothing into something. My dad owns a liquor store. Yes, you know, my parents, they own real estate in New York, and they're very successful human beings, but also kind human beings. So for me, being a first generation, I think the way that you're taught to look at life is very weird because you're dealing with two different cultures. Like I grew up trying to fit into American culture and Haitian culture. And nobody really talks about that duality of being a first generation child because you're trying to fit into your parents' standards and their principles, but you live in freaking the United States where it's like, what principles do we have? So like, so I take pride in being a first generation, but I also feel like it's not spoken about enough, and there's also a lot of pressure being a first generation child because you know your parents are immigrants and all you want to do is make them proud, but you also want to live out your own dreams. And you know, I come from a culture where it's either you're a doctor, an engineer, or a lawyer, and anything else is like, what? Why would you want to be anything else? Those jobs get you money. So for me to be in the arts is a big deal. Is a big deal because you just don't know what's going to happen in this career. Pray for me.
I think it's easy because I almost wanted to go. We talk about your parents and how they came over here and became successful in their own right, and my mind went, oh, that's the American dream, and I think it's a little brainwashed. Guys, that's just the dream. Period. Yeah. America, sure. No matter where you are, that's probably just the dream. Yeah. Do you agree? Think so? So for you to come out here and talk about what your parents did, now they've made it, and now here you are, sitting on this amazing show. Don't laugh too hard, you guys, okay? But I mean this, you've come a long way. Obviously, I've known you a little bit. I've seen the talent that you bring in and the things you've done. To be living your own truth, to be exactly who you want to be and who you think you should be for other people, I mean, I think that's just the dream, isn't it?
Thank you.
Now, how about this? Speaking of the dream, you guys, we're about to live it right after this because Shani is going to perform for us live, you guys, which is amazing. We're going to get that set up. We're going to be right back with Shani right after this. Shani, everybody! Thanks so much. Hang on. Hey everybody, welcome back to Neft After Dark. As promised before the break, you guys, coming back live here with Shani Ashley Francione. You guys, if you want to check out what she's got coming up next, she's performing her own next solo show, The Voice Inside My Head, a collection of unheard poems by Shani Ashley Francione. And you guys, here to perform a live poem, Shani Ashley Francione, everybody!
What's up, y'all? All right, this is a poem no one's ever heard before, so you're welcome. This one is based off my move here, living in LA, so let's do it. It's colder in LA than in New York City. You got lights, cameras, no intimacy. Don't tell your dreams to just anybody, because everybody's trying to be somebody. How could a city with so many bodies have no soul? Blocks of broken dreams on Skid Row. Mansions with glass windows, they see thousands without a home. Can you hear me now? There's no connection, because if you don't fit the checklist, they gonna ask who you came with and what do you do? Your first impression is a job interview, like who exactly referred you? Basically, who do you know? They climb the social ladder and pray they don't fall, knowing damn well ain't nobody gonna catch them. It's a cold city with high temperatures. LA is a dollhouse with Instagram Barbies and a bunch of fake ass Kens hoping you'll sleep with them. Oh, it will change you. It's all a game. Shit. I'd rather be in The Sims than this, but here we are. Millions trying to be a star. Fake it till you make it, if you ever make it. What would it cost you with your gas tank on E, trying to make ends meet in hopes you might meet your favorite celebrity? Oh, you didn't know they were going through it too? Road to success ain't got the same route. Racing each other to get to the top. Fighting each other to stay at the top. Knowing damn well that craving never stops. But you want to know what it tastes like. Hollywood will eat you up and spit you back out, then hug you right after. And you keep coming back for more. Blinded by this abusive ass relationship because you think maybe Hollywood will change. Well, I got news for you. If your roots aren't planted, your soil isn't watered, and you don't get enough exposure from the sun, of course, then you'll be easily influenced faster than a YouTuber can say, welcome back to my channel. So stay alert, have discernment, and remember a seat at the table isn't always worth it if you don't even like who you eating with. I got another one for y'all. This one is from my one-woman show, Naked, an open letter to my ex. This one is called No Expectations. Started feeling this way when I started going into the dating world after my relationship, and I actually really liked the guy, but I realized that there was a little disconnect because I was still healing from my ex. So it's called No Expectations. Here we go. I'm upset. Feel like I can't move on. Every guy I meet, I'm expected to do me wrong. Thought you did me right by treating me like a queen? Nothing lasts forever, like waking up from a dream. So when someone treats me right, I'm waiting for them to bail, because you didn't stay consistent. The second year was a fail. See, I shouldn't compare, but I can't help but fear that my future relationships won't last many years. If we loved each other, why didn't we get it right? If we loved each other, why the hell we didn't fight to stay together? Make it better, work on us. Can't let no one in, can't give another man my trust. Fuck. I put up a front like I don't want nobody. Better to wear a mask, cover up my anxiety. I be lonely as fuck, lacking real connection. Can't let no one know that I crave a man's affection. I don't get it. Seems like everyone's got someone. Is something wrong with me? I can't be someone's number one. I gave my all to you like every single piece. I play hard to get because I think every man's a thief. Y'all motherfuckers will steal everything a woman's got. Leave her questioning her self-worth with no one to help her out. See, I lied to my reflection. Told myself I'm done. All my friends labeling me as a strong one. I can't be present while I'm with him because it's too good to be true. I can't be present while I'm with him because I think he'll be like you. It's killing me. No dating experience. I'm a workaholic, making money, focused on my business. Some say that's perfect because men ain't shit. In the back of my mind, wondering who I end up with. Will I marry my career and end up living single? Moving with my girlfriends and reboot living single? Expectations so low, it's like I don't have any hope. A man sticking around me is like a running joke. Where's the punchline? How long this gonna last? Anxiety got my mind replaying the past. See, I self-sabotage. I worry I'm a mess. If they leave, I snap my fingers and I could care less. That shit ain't healthy, and I know it's only hurting me. How the hell I follow your ways and end up hurting me?
Francia! Hello, everybody, and welcome back to my channel. I couldn't help myself. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome a fantastic human being. He's a community leader, a philanthropist. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Brandon Rainey to the show.
My God.
Brandon, thank you so much for being here, man. I know we've met before through Shani, which is amazing. And how about one more time, everybody? Shani Ashley.
Yeah.
What a talented woman,
That was
man.
amazing.
That was amazing.
Yeah.
This is what happened last time, except this time I didn't cry because I kept it together. Don't laugh at that. It's true. Okay, as always, like to start these with a hard-hitting question. Your favorite drink is a strawberry mango daiquiri. My question, why?
I like it a lot, and so a lot of my homeboys are always on my head about it because I mean, I like it. I do the hardcore
No,
stuff too.
that's a fair answer.
I do the hardcore stuff too, but I mean, it's just daiquiri is just good.
Bro, hey, daiquiri's real hard, bro. I don't know about you. The original daiquiri was actually fantastic. It's just lime juice, a little bit of simple syrup, and rum. I mean, like, it really is actually a pretty stringent cocktail at the end of the day. But I'm with you. I grew up in Texas. I love a good, like, frozen strawberry margarita or something I can sit on a beach and drink all day. So, jokes aside, I'm with you. We'll do strawberry mango daiquiris soon enough. Like I said, we met somewhere with Shani, and you were actually being honored that night, man. Do you mind opening up? I know it's so weird. Hey, brag about yourself. Do it. It'll be cool. But this actually was a really unique aspect, and I loved it. So I want you to talk about it.
Yeah, so one of my friends, we went to school together at Morehouse. Chuck was, hey, yeah, I felt that.
Is Chuck here?
No, but whoever said that, I appreciate it. Yeah, HBCU love in the building. But yeah, so he was throwing the event and said he wanted to recognize me just for some community work. And I'm always honored, got a chance to witness this greatness that just performed. And then met you in the process, so yeah.
So it was a great night is what you're saying.
Hey, it was amazing.
Absolutely, man. It was a great night, actually, watching Shani perform, win that night, seeing someone like yourself honored for doing something for others, which I think just we all need to acknowledge that real quick. There is nothing wrong in having pride in what you do for others, even if you get something out of it. People say there's no unselfish giving. Fine. Let it be selfish if you're giving. I'm good with that, you guys. I think it's okay to do that. But after meeting you, you somehow have been able to give unselfishly with your time, your effort, and what you can acknowledge to others. And a lot of that comes through the fact that you're the executive director for this group, which is, I want to say this right, CBG Arts, which is a nonprofit servicing mainly the urban and underprivileged communities. And it's a suicide prevention program as well, if I understand. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm mixing two different things. Please excuse me, I apologize. Greater Urban LA Communities empowers the Inglewood Theater Group.
Yes.
Sorry, we're gonna get to the other one here in a minute, I apologize.
Oh no, it's all good.
Yeah. This guy's so talented, he's got so many, this is all him, by the way. It's amazing.
Wow. CBG Arts, yeah, so it's more arts, nonprofit. I tell the story just unapologetically. For me, growing up, the arts saved my life. Like I was just a mess with everything going on. So for me, it was trying to figure out how to take the arts and give it to other young people. So like most of my adult life has been trying to figure out how to just introduce the arts to more urban communities as possible.
It's awareness and inspiration, I believe, is what you do a lot of things. Because sometimes, I guess my best way I can describe this, there's a lot of things in life I never knew I liked until someone showed it to me. Or it wasn't offered to me growing up in a poor community in South Dallas that I just didn't know was there. You know what I mean? So for someone like you to get in and be able to offer that to children, people, whoever it might be that need that, I think it's a beautiful thing, man. And I just touched on this a second ago, but you also are the training manager for Sandy Hook, which, as we all know, was a terrifying, Sandy Hook Promise, terrifying thing, but this is the National Youth Violence and Suicide Prevention Program. But you said this before the interview, you go, mine might be as funny as hers. It doesn't have to be. This is beautiful, and what you do, I think, needs to be recognized for exactly what it is, and maybe in the tone that goes with it. We can have a great time, we can really enjoy ourselves here, but realistically, if we can bring a little more awareness to what you're doing out there, I think we're gonna win.
Appreciate that.
Appreciate you, man. Yeah. Being the training manager, what comes along with that? I mean, are you speaking to people? Are you sitting down with people and obviously spreading this word and the knowledge you have?
Yeah, so as you stated, Sandy Hook Promise was birthed after the tragedy took place 2012. 20 elementary kids were killed by a 20-year-old gunman. So I work for the parents, and so pretty much what we do is we go state to state, training youth and adults on suicide prevention, and then also how to know the signs, signals, and threats for school shootings. Since I've been on board, coming from South Central LA, we started to introduce more like gang violence as well. But so it's ultimately just looking at just teaching people just how to be empowered, not to feel like the only option is to hurt themselves or to hurt other people.
Right.
And so it's kind of morbid. So the art stuff kind of balances out my life because it's every day just dealing with suicide, school shootings, and yeah, that's pretty much.
It sounds like
some art stuff.
just add some art stuff in the bottom in there. There's a little salt on top there. It's emotionally, I'm sure, taxing, but it sounds like you do have a pretty good balance in your life on this, man. Yeah. I love this. This is what I've heard is your first. Sorry, this is just the weirdest segue I'm ever going to do from being this nice. Tell me about your first time trying an edible.
So I was directing a show.
Wait, hang on. I want everyone to hear exactly how this story just started. My first time trying an edible.
I was directing a show.
Okay.
And it was a stressful show, extremely stressful show. And somebody was like, "Hey, you should try this." And so it was a piece of chocolate. I started to eat it, and I'm like, "This didn't do anything." And so
a rookie move.
45, yes, extremely. 45 minutes. Well, no, I didn't do anything. So I'm like, "Give me some more." And so I started to eat more of it, and I eat more of it. And about 45 minutes into it, the show is going, and we literally had a technical difficulty, and I'm sitting like in the back of the audience, just like lost. And they come to me like, "Yo, what are you gonna do?" I'm like, "Oh shit, this is my show." And so I get up and I'm trying to figure out the whole second half. I'm trying to get myself together because at the end of the show, I have to come on stage and do the whole like ending speech, and it was rough.
What if I told you you're on edibles right now? You're on an interview show with a 6'3" Dalmatian. What? That's a good story, man. It probably came out like some Tim Burton stuff, I'm assuming, at the end.
It was, it worked. I got on stage. It was the shortest, sometimes it'd be long-winded after the show. It was the shortest ending speech ever made in my life. It was just literally, "Hey, thank y'all, good night." And then I walked off stage.
And everyone in the audience was like, "That dude is such class. Like, he's not going to waste our time. 2 words, he's gone." That's pretty cool, man. That's pretty cool. All right, going back to sad stuff. Just like 2 guys in the audience was like, "Oh, man." It's because the edibles are kicking in. You said there were some lows that were very scary moments for you in your life, and I want to ask you to share a story. And this is kind of weird, but you said you have a story about being in a racist city with no Uber, Lyft, or taxi.
Yeah.
I love that you just got excited to tell the story, by the way.
I was with Senate Promise, so we travel state to state, but a lot of the places aren't communities that look like me. And so one particular one, I think that reference, I was in Pennsylvania, and I got there, and no one set me up. So I got there was no Uber, no Lyft. The plane I got off of, it was like 7 of us on the plane. And so I get out, and so 2 out of the 7 is the pilot. So I get off, and I'm looking around like, okay, where's my, where do I go from here?
You flew in on a VW bus. This is hilarious.
And so I get there, and I see everybody else get picked up, and I'm like, okay, what's going on? And the lady who was there, they were closing up the airport at the time. It was Bradford, Pennsylvania. And she's like, "Yeah, no, we don't have any of that stuff." And I'm like, "I don't know what to do." So they go get the pilot.
You need like taxis or cars. Like, we don't have that stuff. You get an Amish cart and a horse, and you go to work.
You have to select that stuff, and I didn't know. So I get the pilot. It's like, "Okay, I'm going to the city. I'll take you." So I get to, and it's not a racist story, but I was scared though. So it's this tall man pilot, and so we get to his truck, and literally it's a rifle in the back seat. I'm like, "Oh fuck, I don't know what the hell's going to go on." Like, I'm in this city that I've never been to Pennsylvania in my life, and it's my only option to get to my hotel in the city, and it's terrifying. And obviously I end up getting there. I'm safe. I'm alive. But it was just that scary moment. But it's so many of the places, like I had to travel all throughout Texas. Scary.
Yep. That's where I'm from. He's right, by the way. He is correct. It's a terrifying state to live in.
But even some parts of California, I was surprised. I went to a restaurant during trainings, in California, and literally we walked in, me and one of my coworkers, and they were staring at us and like looking us down, like, why are you here? And we shook because it was like, F y'all. We just gonna kind of go on, but yeah, it's been a journey. We go we have programs in 49 states, so we jump around state to state. Now I get to do it through Zoom because of COVID. It's kind of boring, but
You just said I get to do Zoom because of COVID. It's kind of boring. And I have to ask, because you made it, which state are you not in? You don't want to call them out. Okay, I was like,
I think Alaska. I think it's
all right, yeah, that's a tough one to travel to, anyway, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not assigned to Hawaii. I wish, but no, actually, I hate Hawaii. Actually,
What?
I don't like Hawaii.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's going out on this show. Perfect.
Sorry.
Guess what, Hawaiians? Aloha, you guys.
I went to Hawaii this summer. That's why, and it was overpriced for everything. Like it just wasn't.
Have you been to LA? It's horrible here. What are you talking about?
So like I was in LA in Waikiki
Oh my God.
for sure.
Have you guys seen this meme that the girl goes, I want you to take me somewhere expensive. The guy gets in the car and drives to the gas station.
That makes sense.
Oh, terrifying. Brandon, I love this. Rainey, my man, I feel very akin to you. I love how you have a big heart and you seem to be a very well-traveled, cultured man. So as a fun segue, I would like to invite you to be my partner in the next segment of this show, which we call Barr Trivia. We're going to play games versus some of the girls on this show because we want to do a battle of the sexes, because why not? And you and I are going to take on Alex and Shani. You up for it?
Let's make it happen.
You don't have a choice. Let's play bar games. Come on, everybody. Here we go. And here to introduce our bar game is our host for the show. Ladies and gentlemen, Neeson.
Neeson.
I love this. Neeson said we should all get one of these outfits, and I told him I've already been a chubby white thing, so we're good.
He did say that, by the way. All right, so welcome to Halloween Bar Trivia, everybody.
Yeah! We're gonna
All
win,
right,
maybe.
so we usually like to, name our teams. So, ladies, what would your team name be?
Bad bitches.
Done. High five. We got this.
All right, bad bitches.
I'll let you pick this one.
Guys,
Oh,
what would your team name be?
you guys, we're the Rainy Dogs, man, of course. Rainy Dogs.
Rainy dog.
You can call us the Wet Dogs if you want, but that's only a play on her video. That's all it says.
All right, so we have the Rainy Dogs.
Yeah! Woo! All right, thank you, our 3 fans.
Wow.
And we got the bad bitches.
Their name
This
is
is
better.
the only
Their name is
time that
better.
I
Their name
can
is
say
definitely
that and get away with it. I'm just gonna run that to the ground. Yeah, you're not. I mean, technically, I guess you are a bad bitch, huh?
I got 101 problems with a bitch ain't one. Hey!
Right. So I would have one of my lovely co-producers behind the camera put 30 seconds on the clock. You will have 30 seconds to answer each question. Now there are 7 questions.
Okay.
The team with the most will win.
The math adds up. That's
So
good.
like
The loser, because there has to be a loser, has to take a shot of egg whites.
Gross.
I was there last week, and I'm just saying, like, if we have to lose, I'm ready for the shot.
You ready? You
All
ready?
right, be ready for the shot.
But we're not gonna lose.
I don't want to lose, Rainey.
We're bad
Okay?
bitches. That's it.
I mean, bad
You're
bitches
too
never
good of a
lose.
guy.
I'll just be honest. Bad bitches
That's a
never
fact.
lose. All right. So, first question. Are we ready? We have our Reptar. Reptar, are we ready? Yeah.
Should we, how do you-
is there a buzzer?
Is there a buzzer? We let the ladies go first? How does this work?
Oh, I'm rock, paper, scissors to see who goes first. No, I'm asking each team a question. There's 7 questions.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
You didn't get that? 7 questions.
We all get it now, right, audience?
Do we have a chance to steal if they don't get the question?
Why are we changing my game right now, ladies?
What are the
Okay. This is what bad bitches do. They
It's a
change
live
things.
show.
So we
All right.
raise our hand if we have the answer, or just shout it out?
Yes.
Yes.
It's a live show.
It's a live show.
All right, you have 30.
Ernie!
So, but to be fair, of course, bad bitches usually go first, but I want to give the Rainy Dogs a try. So we'll do rock, paper, scissors between Luke and Alex to see who goes first. And this is straight up. This is on scissors.
So
This is,
on scissors,
yes,
not
on
after.
scissors.
We're throwing on 3.
And this is not best out of 3.
Okay.
Rock, paper. Are you?
Oh.
What?
Rock, paper, scissors. Okay. Rock, paper, scissors. God, Jesus Christ. All right. We just gonna
What
keep
the
going.
hell?
Yeah.
Can we let the ladies go first?
Awesome. All right. So, ladies, first question. What is the most commercially successful horror movie of all time? Is it A,
Oh, there's multiple choice.
Jaws, B, It, or C, Get Out? 30
I
seconds.
would say Jaws. Jaws been around longer.
Wait, you got the audience on your team now too?
Ding, ding, ding.
Say it!
Hey, Jaws.
So your answer was Jaws.
Yes.
And that is wrong. It's It, actually.
I
It
knew
is
that
the
answer.
It.
Oh,
Wait,
so we.
is this
Wait,
like
what's this?
Definitely could've got that
Here we go.
one.
No, this ain't it. We ain't doing that. We ain't doing that. We ain't doing that. That's
Sorry,
what we're not
ladies,
doing.
you got it wrong.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
This
okay.
goes to the Rainy Dogs. Rainy Dogs.
Yes.
What candy was given to soldiers in battle in the Korean War? Was it M&M's, Hershey bars, Tootsie Rolls? 30 seconds.
I think it's Tootsie Rolls.
I think so too.
We're going with Tootsie Rolls.
Tootsie Rolls it is! Look at that.
What is happening? What is happening?
And he has a Tootsie Roll. All right. All right.
One lucky audience member.
Hashtag
You didn't even make it.
product placement.
Guys, would you believe he's a D1 athlete? Would you believe that?
You take it home with you guys. Save it for a
All right.
rainy day. Get it?
Ladies, now you have a chance to even it up. They got one, you got zero. Here it goes.
This thing is over.
Only one holiday surpasses Halloween in annual consumer sales. What is it? Is it A, New Year's, B, Christmas, or C, Mother's Day? 30 seconds.
Ooh, last one was a
Definitely
curveball.
have to be Christmas, right? I know. But now maybe he's tricking us to trick us back in the other way. Like Christmas, I know.
They over here thinking about, am I tricking you?
Buying gifts for
That's my theory, at least.
Mother's really
Not that you like your mom, but mine's
Is
pretty
it
cool.
Esmond? Esmond?
9.
I would say Christmas.
7,
Oh.
6, 5,
All right, you got your
4,
answer. You go.
3,
She's
2.
got it.
Oh, what is it? What is it? What is it?
Mother's Day?
It's Christmas.
We would have got, I would have got that wrong.
And I would tell you, and I would say I researched this, it's Christmas by a long shot, by the way.
Bro, honestly, I thought it was a trick question.
Yo, I have.
Y'all overthinking it. Why
I
y'all
did.
overthinking
My
it?
thought was not everyone celebrates Christmas, but everyone's
Right.
got a mom. I don't know.
Not
That's where my
everybody's
brain
got a
went.
mom, but
And you said that too.
Everyone likes their mom.
I
Jesus.
did. I did say that.
All right.
All right, here we go.
You got a chance to go 2-0. 2-0, guys. Here we go. What was candy corn originally called? Was it A, chicken feed, B, wax corn, or C, candle candy?
Do you think so?
I know. I don't think you guys are right though. Like you guys better think this over again.
Chicken
Are you
feed?
sure?
I mean, hey,
Follow your
maybe,
intuition,
but I
for
think
sure.
we
I
got
don't
the
know.
waxed corn.
I don't know. Question.
But
Makes sense for me.
whatever you think.
It does make sense.
I'm going with my man Brandon. That way you guys blame him.
All right. You got the answer. What is it?
Wax corn.
It's chicken feed.
What the
He said A! He was screaming out A the whole time!
I'm sorry. You're not old enough to be able to like be a professional on candy corn.
wow.
Also,
Guys,
since we're going with the theme,
Yeah. It had an agenda.
chicken. Here you go. Here's some chicken feed for you.
All right, ladies, you have a chance to tie it up.
Wow.
No, wait, what? Dang it.
Yes, you could have went up 2-0. Now you have a chance to
You
tie
guys
it
have
up.
points?
They have no point.
But if we get one, then
That
we
makes
tie.
All
sense.
right.
Math.
Now, I honestly didn't, choose this question for you. It's literally just here, so I'm sorry if this is kind of curvy. Here we go.
Okay.
What did Scottish women hang to see their future husbands on Halloween? Was it A, goat intestines in front of the door? B, a drawing of the future husband on a headboard? Or C, wet sheets in front of the fire?
Bro, what?
I would guess the
It is
wet-
true. This is very
repeat
true.
the-
All right, this is 30 seconds. So A is goat intestines in front of the door. B, a drawing of their future husband hanging on a
Scottish women,
headboard.
how long
C,
back?
wet sheets in front of the fire.
Wet sheets.
Wet sheets. We're going in. Lock
Go
it
ahead.
in.
C is your answer.
Lock it in.
C is correct. Wet sheets. That is right. Wet sheets.
Yes.
Ain't- It's the most creepiest thing I've read this today, I tell you. All right, it is tied up, and we have
Manifesting
two.
what they want.
Right.
Yeah.
It is tied up, and we have 2 questions left. So,
Okay.
The next time some guy goes, hey baby, hang out my wet sheets, that's not gonna happen.
that's weird. Okay.
But it's Bobby Boucher.
2 questions left. 2 questions left. Is one
We have one.
No,
Yeah, we do.
Why you trying to
Score
help them?
clean. I got this.
Why are you trying to help them?
Jesus. All right. Here we go.
You gotta get this one, get this one.
Rainy dogs. What famous magician died on Halloween? Was it A, Houdini, B, Siegfried, C, Cure the magician?
It's Houdini. No, it is Houdini. It's Houdini.
Did you put
It is Houdini. Yeah, I did. It is Houdini.
magician? Okay.
Also, did you list 2 other characters, or one at least is still alive, and the other one? One of them is
they're
still
both-
alive.
They said they're both dead. So
Carrot Top?
No, I didn't say carrot.
He never said carrot top.
I heard Carrot Top. That was so good.
Okay.
I was like, he's alive, you guys.
The guy that came here right is beating you guys. Just letting you know. All right, so you have to do this to tie it up, or they walk away with the win. Are you ready?
Yes.
I feel like, ladies, you should know this. So,
Oh, great. That way to put the
pressure.
pressure on.
what was the original title for Disney's Hocus Pocus? Was it A, Halloween House, B, Haunted Castle, C, La Ballena?
Halloween House.
Yeah, it's the first one. It's Halloween House. Yeah, no, my best friend will kill me if I get this one
Okay,
wrong.
go for it.
Halloween House.
Correct for the tie!
Holla at you, girl.
Wow.
We got it.
They came back. They came back.
We was just playing before.
Wow. All right, so I did not prepare for this
Perfect.
because I had 7.
What, is it because it's a live show?
It's because it's a live show!
Just give me the bottle, goddamn.
So, we will play this old school, let's play Squid Game style.
Yes.
All right. How many candy corns do I have in my
Isn't it
hand?
odd or even?
3.
Right.
We're playing how many? And then the closest number is going to
You
get
said
it.
3?
He
The
said
closest number is going to get it. And I
Oh,
will let
well,
the
then
he
it's
called
2.
3. No, okay, he calls 2, then you say 3 because if it's higher, then no matter what, we're like there's strategy to this game.
Science,
He said
science.
2, we say 3 because
All right,
no
then
matter
2
what.
and a half.
2.5? 2.5, and you have 3.
2 and a half.
2.5 and
Not
3.
gonna make any difference.
I mean, there's way more than 2.5.
Thought we said 3 first, though.
Should we,
Thank you.
I'm so,
Jesus,
I think
was
I
not
owe
trying
Brand.
to
I
get
jumped
that.
in on that one. I'm so sorry.
get the shot? So, Kaleem, our Reptar, is getting the shots for you guys. Ladies, would you
Have
have
you
any
done this
victory
before?
speech?
I've never done it.
Perfect. You're
I
gonna
just
hate
want
it.
to thank my mama and my dad.
Alex, you have a victory speech?
I just want to say I got my revenge. Luke, enjoy this shot.
Oh, here you go.
Woo!
Drink up.
Chug, chug,
Brandon,
chug,
just
chug,
consider
chug.
this philanthropy work right here, okay?
There you go.
Cheers to the ladies for winning, everybody.
Cheers to the ladies.
Cheers to the bad bitches!
Cheers to that anything.
Oh my goodness, right after this, we are coming back with Hip Hop Legends Abstract Mindstate. Check out this video. We'll be right back with more Neft after this.
To whomever may be in need, let this book guide you.
This might be a small thing, kinda revolving around a situation that don't happen often. I mean, it's involving something that's scalding. Hot the topic is, it needs some resolving. It's kinda puzzling, sometimes solving. But after I thought about it, sent her to Walgreens to pick up a few things to stop me from stalling. Otherwise, I'ma be blunt and she gon' be bawling. And I don't need that, or her brother calling. Talking them fight words, now we gon' be brawling. I'm more of a stand-up, I don't be falling. For that okie doke, it's better dissolving. Call me a nice guy, yeah, I like nice things. It's best to stay away from chicks that's trifling. I'm not a rival, so I don't be rivaling. But end up in this scene, I won't be wifing, you know?
Avoid a quick fail, take heed to this wise tale.
If you feel me like Brill, take heed to this wise tale.
Whether male or female, take heed to this wise tale.
Outside or in jail, take heed to this wise tale.
She got a secret, don't know where she keep it, don't know why she hide it, guess it's convenient. She like a zebra, two things at one time. It ain't black and white when you lived it a lifetime. She got a story, might be a fable, no categories. She don't like labels, she like a loner, maybe she's selfish, something is fishy, but she don't like shellfish. She say that her phone broke and she need a new phone. She got a night job, now she got two phones, one for the pubic, one for the public. I Freudian slip, y'all, I think that you dug it. She got a curfew, she live in the group home, but she in Miami, getting her Luke on. She can't be truthful, not what she built for. Mouth might be useful, but nothing to kill for, you know?
Avoid a quick fail, take heed to this wise tale.
If you feel me like Braille, take heed to this wise tale.
Whether male or female, take heed to this wise tale.
Outside or in jail, take heed to this wise tale.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Neft After Dark, everybody. I always yell that at you guys as if you don't know where you are, which is always kind of fun. Ladies and gentlemen, Abstract Mindstate's on the show.
Yo!
Legends of hip hop in the Windy City, Shy. You are here now in Los Angeles, you guys. I'm sitting here right now. EP to Hellcat and Old School Ice Gree. You guys, thank you so much for coming all the way down here to hang out with us.
Thanks for having us.
You guys are legends.
Yeah, a little bit, not all the way.
Call us that at home, you know, it's kind of.
I'm calling you it right now, right here, for all these people. You guys agree?
Yes.
They came here. I promise you wouldn't see me, by the way. I know this. I've seen the show before. They came here to see you guys, to see Shani, to see Brandon, to hang out with Alex, and of course Blake showed up. So who knows what he's going to do? You guys being on the show, for one, it is a big thing for us just because we love music, we love entertainment. And I always say we bring people on this show that make sense to the service industry. Right.
Yes.
And every now and again someone goes, why are you having comedians, entertainers, musicians, actors? I'm like, you don't realize like that is service industry.
Yeah.
Half of them work in the service industry until they get to the point where they can become what they are. The rest of them, we do that, get out of bars, become musicians, entertainers, and guess what we do? We go right back to bars and perform it.
Exactly.
Yep.
So no matter how you want to slice it, we all work somehow in this nice synergy with it all. So whatever is your aspect in that, when you go to a restaurant, you go to a bar, you're never going to remember the one cocktail, the one server, the hostess, or the food, or the music, or the atmosphere. You're going to remember all of it together, which is why we always want to come back. And you guys have been doing this for a long time, not to date y'all.
Long time.
You have been creating an atmosphere and a culture for a very long time. So I got to ask, how did this start? How did it come together?
We met in college, actually, at Jackson State,
University.
HBCU. You know, so we met at Jackson State. Actually, I was sitting outside of the train depot, and Old School and his cousin Lee Majors, who's also our manager, they were walking up as we were on our way home for Christmas break. And like I looked down, and what was in Lee's hand was bags of liquor, right? And in my head, I was like, shit, I forgot my liquor. And Lee held up the thing. He was like, what liquor? We got you. And I'm telling you, that was what, 1990?
1990.
That was 1990, and we've been well, this has been my best friend, and this has been my brother, since 1990.
See how liquor brought us together?
Liquor is the glue. Liquor is the glue.
Sometimes it shows it for you.
Liquor is the glue.
I love it. So, I don't want to say these are not the God-given names, but how did the names come to be, and how did Abstract Mindstate come to be the name for you guys?
Right. Well,
I'll start with my name, and then she can break down her name. But old school ice gris is a term of endearment to pay respects for the forefathers who did this before me.
Okay.
So I added old school to my name while I was still in college. I was only about 20 years old when I added it, 19 to 20 years old. But it was to show respect, and they got a kick out of it. But you know, that's what it was about. And ice gris was a play off my government name, which is Greg. So in grammar school, they called me Gree. Then Gree. And so when I became a rapper, everybody, when I started rapping, was either ice, cold, or fresh something. So I became, since I was already Gree, I started rapping, and I became Ice Gree. You know what I'm saying? So, see how deep I went with that? Right?
You called the name before it was given to you, and you had to live up to it, and you did.
Man, I tried.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
Tell me.
So for me, my name went through some different like metamorphoses. At first it was the Queen MC, then it was the Female Messiah, then, I mean, I got so many AKAs, oh my Lord.
We got Female Messiah, we got Chosen, was it Chosen by God or
yes.
here as well? Like we got it.
Ebony Portraits.
Ebony Portraits, it's just EP now, but it started off as Ebony Portraits, and that's what the EP stands for. Yeah. And the Hellcat, I don't know where it came from.
Yeah.
Like really,
and it has really to do with her style, because she's a, like Shani said, aggressive woman. She's an aggressive female MC, so that's the fire. That's
you
the
and
Hellcat.
Shani, huh? Yeah.
Yeah. So.
That's all I'm gonna say about that. Thanks for coming, Shani. EP, you are a board certified behavior analyst.
I am.
As well as a dope old school rapper. Like, how do these two things come to be? This is too cool. I love it because nobody's one thing.
No, they shouldn't be.
But how did
they shouldn't be? You live more than one lives. You live more than one life. You have to keep reinventing yourself. But
was it something you wanted to do or something you fell into?
So I fell into behavior analysis, but I needed to find something else other than hip hop to like fulfill me, because we have been through so many, like a roller coaster as a group, and we like parted ways, and I was left without a degree where my rap partner had a degree. Because when we were in school, like I just like, we'll rap for food. I just went all in and wasn't studying or whatever, and like I should. And so when we parted ways, like I still had, family members that were dependent on me. And since rap was no longer a viable option, I had to go back to school. So I went back and I got my psychology degree, and I went back and I got an interdisciplinary studies degree, and then I went back and I got a master's in ABA, and then I went back and I got my BCBA, my board certification.
Pardon me. Holy shit!
But everything was born out of necessity, right? Mm-hmm. And the joke of the whole rap versus BCBA thing was, I remember waking up in February of 2017 and looking in the mirror and saying to myself and listening to God, and God telling me, okay, rap is over. And I said to myself, okay, that's gone from your spirit now. You got this new thing. You're about to be a board certified behavior analyst and this, that, and the other. And then I get a call from old school 3 days later saying Kanye want to put y'all back out. See, I don't know, and you can't make it up. Like
to me,
you can't make it up.
Hustle, survival instinct, and believing in yourself. And this is a very terrible metaphor, but I just always love this thing. There was a time when someone asked this celebrity, "It's crazy how lucky you are," and he went, "Yeah, it's crazy how waking up at 6 a.m. and going to the gym and becoming a big dude and becoming a nice guy and putting in the effort, the time, and the work masks itself as luck."
Yes.
Luck really is being prepared when the opportunity comes to you.
Absolutely.
That's what it is. Sounds like you guys took full advantage of that.
We did.
And I heard another term that I kind of like, and they say it takes 10 years to become an overnight celebrity. So.
That's the fast road, guys. I've been doing this a lot longer, and I thought I got a few more to go.
So yeah, it is.
I love it. Well, I'm sitting here with two legends, you guys. So of course, I got to ask. You've worked with some really big names. I mean, you guys have been with good music. You're responsible for careers like Big Sean. So I got to ask about this because everyone knows that name.
Yeah.
I mean, he's huge now. He's even doing voiceovers in TV and animated films.
Yeah.
That's
Shout
crazy.
out to Big Sean.
Sorry, that was the worst question. I was like, Big Sean, go.
Right. So Big Sean, incredibly talented cat. So I was the first A&R for good music. Kanye would consider me one of his best friends for 22 years now. And so I kind of helped him transition. Well, not kind of. I literally helped him transition from producer to rapper. So his dream of becoming a rapper, you know, the business got put behind it. That business was me. So that led to we formed Good Music later, fast forward, and then this kid, Big Sean, gets signed. I think he's amazing. Kanye sees my excitement over him. I'm the first A&R Good Music. He assigned me to Big Sean. So Big Sean was about to lose his record deal because as funny as this may sound, he didn't know how to make a commercially successful record. He didn't know how to make a hit song. He was an underground Detroit MC with incredible lyrical dexterity that he shows now. I love to see he's really flexing it now because but in the beginning, you know, he just had no idea.
He was just raw.
He was raw underground. And we like, Sean, you got, you know, Def Jam is ready to drop him because it was a Good Music Def Jam deal. And they was ready to drop him. And me and the producer, No ID, it was our job to save him from losing his deal. And No ID came up with this track. Well, he came up with 3 tracks, actually. And this is where I came in. He said, well, Old School, you the A&R. What's gonna be the song? And out of these 3 songs, he started trying to play them. Soon as I heard the first song, it just happened. I said, that's it, stop, no more. He was like, well, hold on, I ain't played the other ones. I was like, I'm cool, that's the one. This is the one. He was like, I said, okay, Dion, go ahead and play them. He played the next 2, I said, no, okay, that's number 1. So Sean comes in and he hears the track and he just kind of like, whatever. Now this track is my last featuring Chris Brown. Okay, Chris Brown not on it yet though. Sean was singing the hook in the beginning. Himself.
Ooh.
Yeah, and his tone, it was great, you know. I wanna drink this like in my last, his voice, right? So I was like, Sean, you gotta record this song, bro. This song is gonna make you a household name. It's gonna go #1 on Billboard, and it's gonna go platinum. And he was just like, man, Old School, I was like, dude, this song is New Edition. It's a flip of New Edition, Can You Stand the Rain? Now, great, that's my favorite group in R&B, and luckily they're a lot more known now because of some of these documentaries and stuff, but he was like, I know New Edition, but I don't know Can You Stand the Rain? I was like, bro, and honestly, I jumped up on the couch. I started jumping up on the, you know, I did this whole thing, you know, it was like, what's this Tom Cruise did on, remember when Tom Cruise did Oprah, right, opened or something like that? So
I Can Fly.
You know, I did that. I literally before, but Tom Cruise hadn't done that yet, but I'm all on the couch in the studio, like, you gotta record this song. Everybody was laughing, because I was like, bro, this song is gonna change your life. And I pressed him, and bottom line is he recorded the next morning, and they surprised me the next morning, and everybody, well, the next 2 days, because I didn't come the next morning when he recorded it, and they was like, play that for Old School. And I'm like, what's going on? Everybody in the studio doing like this, and then they played the track, and all I hear is, hands up in the air. I was like, is that Chris Brown? They was like, yeah, I was like, we got one, and I went, we got one. So that was, you know, Big Sean was born out of that.
I love that. So I want to ask this because you guys almost created your own genre or have steered it into its own way, kind of in a positive way that we talked about with Taylor Swift earlier. But you guys have created adult contemporary hip hop.
ACH, yes.
So, just from a layman's terms, what how would you describe that?
The First Amendment, the first codicil is there is no age limit on adult contemporary hip hop. It's just a vibe.
It's a vibe, it's a sound.
Okay.
So what we tried to do was open up the portal or stretch out the box that hip hop has been pushed in, and just give it some more legs so other sounds can get in there. And what I mean is maybe more traditional sound like a J. Cole, Kendrick Lamar. Like to see Kendrick Lamar lose against Macklemore at the Grammys that year was very upsetting for me and a lot of people. And I would say
just
because
based on musicianship, I don't
yes.
want to be rude to Macklemore.
Well, put it like
no,
this.
No, I like Macklemore. Macklemore is dope, but that shouldn't have never happened. That versus shouldn't have never happened.
I like Macklemore. I like Thrift Shop. That was a cool song.
But
Kendrick Lamar's like, come on, like, you know. But the reason they did that is because when the category is just best hip hop, but you got this pop thing that's kind of more pop.
They just throw it in there.
That's rap and more
Taylor
pop.
Swift is taking the show over.
You know what I'm saying? And it just,
you gotta fix this, guys.
Yeah, I had to stretch it out. So I'm actually in position to present in front of the Grammy board in March. And propose this adult contemporary hip hop ACH.
Is it gonna be a new category?
We're working on it. That's the purpose of the proposal. And I got a lot of support. It's people on the board that's really excited about me bringing it.
You guys want to see that?
So.
I want to see that. I want to see that. Let's expand the category. Let's expand the music,
Yes,
and of course,
yes.
let's expand everyone listening to this stuff. 'Cause
Yeah.
It's only going to make it better.
Let's expand the palettes.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's man. You should host this show. That's so good. Let's expand the palette. We're gonna edit that like I said it. Perfect. So you mentioned this earlier. I didn't want to jump in.
It's a live show.
It's a live show. There's definitely no editing happening later. You mentioned this earlier, of course. I didn't want to jump into this because he's such a huge name beyond music now. But Kanye West, or I think now as he's known, Ye.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yay. Okay. How did y'all link up with him? I know you kind of touched on it a little bit earlier. I don't want to jump ahead. It sounds like you created him to some extent, or at least maybe directionally pushed him in the right path.
I think that's more
Yeah,
like it.
let's just say I
don't want to put words in your mouth.
Yeah,
but you're definitely the reason for
let's
Kanye.
just say I teamed up with. Let's just say I teamed up with him, and I saw his vision, and I had more experience on the business side with more relationships
Because of our group.
and the things I had done by myself, and working at record labels and stuff. I brought everything that didn't work for us because we didn't have the financial backing.
Right.
I used it on him. It was,
So Ye's words to him was, if you do for me what you did for Abstract Mindstate, I'll be the biggest thing ever.
Biggest thing in hip hop.
Biggest thing
he said,
in
I'll be the
hip-hop
biggest
ever.
thing in hip hop.
So he
If
literally
you do-
said it, and now
he
we're
said
like,
that to me.
nailed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
He pretty much pulled it off.
No, there's no pretty much. The guy nailed it, bro. he's killing the game right now.
he did it. He did
If
it.
you guys have seen him lately, he's doing pretty well. I love this, you guys. Thank you so much for being on the show. Legends in this industry, and I am overjoyed to say that you guys are going to perform for us here in just a minute, live here at the Neft Lounge. You guys, how about that? But I did say in a minute because I want to ask about one more thing. Dreams still inspire.
Oh, that's the new
album.
That's the new
Yeah,
album.
that's the album.
That's the new album.
Yeah.
We talked about this earlier. We saw this beautiful video that you guys had done.
A Wise Tale.
A Wise Tale, directed by none other than our producer of this show, Neeson
Neeson.
Williams. You guys.
Neeson.
The man is just
he's
enormously talented.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And every time he
Renaissance
goes, I'm
man.
going to try something different. All of us go, great. Just let me know when the success happens because it's going
Right.
to happen for him. So, without a doubt, I know that this is probably another young man's life that you guys are touching and directing the right way, as much as he's probably given his artistic creativity back to you.
Absolutely.
Dreams still inspire. The new album. How did it come to be, and why now?
Dream Still Inspire wasn't as much as we would love to take credit for it. It wasn't even our idea. Let's just say we were happy in our adult lives. I was very happy being an A&R and a creative collaborator with Kanye and the whole squad. And during that process, some few years ago, when something that's famously known now as the Wyoming Sessions, we were doing albums for Pusha T. It was called Daytona. Tiana Taylor, Nas, Kid See Ghost, and an album called Yay. And during that process, in the beginning of that process, working on Pusha's album, it was this idea about this Yeezy sound thing getting thrown around within our team, and it was a new platform to anything sound connected to Kanye. It's this Yeezy sound. It can be a streaming service, it can be speakers, it can be a label, it can be this and that. And he calls me at 6 in the morning and he says, hey, I got an idea. I know the first artist I want to represent Yeezy sound. And I sit up because I'm thinking we're about to have a creative conversation. And I was like, okay, yeah, what's good, you know? He said, man, I would like it to be like Tiana Taylor. I said, okay. He said, an Abstract Mindstate. And I was like, what? I was like, what? You know, I thought it was a joke. And just to speed the conversation up, it took him 15 minutes to convince me that he's not playing. Because what I told him, I said, bro, do you think the world is ready for some 40-something-year-old rappers? He said, that's exactly what they're ready for. He said, the world needs Abstract Mindstate. So.
And Tiana Taylor.
True story. I'm with you.
It's like Shani and Tiana Taylor, like, okay. Anyways. What? You guys, I don't want to waste any more of this time because you guys are so talented. I want to get you guys up on stage. I want to thank y'all so much for coming on the show. Legends of hip hop.
Thank you for having us.
Abstract.
Thank you for having
Mindstate. They're about to perform for us here in just a moment. You guys hang tight. We're going to be right back with Abstract Mindstate, everybody, with more Neft After Dark.
Mindstate.
expect me to want to stay? How can anybody win? 8 points later, I thought it was about time we hit the finish line. 8 points later, I wasn't winning at all, I was just further behind. You played your hand, but showed my cards. I took my talks right from your heart. I laid them down before your eyes. Game over, blow the whistle, we're out of time. You're just using me for fun, to take the win, and then we're done. I thought I meant a little more, don't wanna play no more. Come on boy, tag me out. 8 points later. 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 I thought it was about time we hit the finish line. 8 points later. I wasn't winning at all, I was just further behind. You played your hand, I showed my cards. I took my towels right from my heart. You laid them down before my eyes. Game over, blow the whistle, we're out of time.
Ladies and gentlemen, Abstract Mindstate!
Yo, 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 yo! Yeah. What? It's been hard to bring it back, but I'm glad that it is. Despite the fact that I'm commuting, I still handle the biz. And I still handle the kids who got the nursery rhymes. And I ain't changing careers, I'm only furthering mine. Back and forth to the crib, my 9 to 5 to the booth. And I was at my father's side when he went to his truth. 2 days after, in the air, on my way to LA. Tiny voice in my head, I'm calling her Michelle A. Said that fear over faith ain't never served you before. So unwrap the gift when Ye bring the present to your door. Put the pedal to the floor and resurrect your passion. Written and recorded my second trip to Jackson. 1 week later, wheels up.
Said sheets.
Where music has led me. Yeah. It's my reality. Yeah. It's my reality.
Yeah.
It's my reality. Yeah.
Check this out. Man, I'm fresh off that real job.
Yeah.
Still use a Groupon. Inglewood to Calabasas. Got up out that Nissan. Used to spend more than I saved up. The checks is looking good.
Yo.
My average, but here's just a few more. I'm done playing catch up from bills accumulated. I zeroed out my debt. I promise y'all done made it. Off that futon, got myself a townhouse. The single life is crazy.
Got me spinning like a roundhouse.
By day I play with millionaires. Breakfast off the chef prepared. Fresh grape smoothies. My life pick up, so now I'm here. I'm feeling Superman. But really I'm just Clark Kent. Looking at my bank account, thank God that I can pay rent. The checks is looking lovely, no longer temporary. From private jets to privately, I sweat somehow it varies. I'm blessed in my position, no complaints, but it's a strange twist. This is the juxtaposition of a man trying to remain. Lifestyle. It's my reality.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's my reality.
Yeah.
It's my reality. Yeah. It's my reality. Dreams still inspire.
Keep going.
We just vibe out on the acoustic version. Something we ain't never tried before. But my man, he killing it. It's my reality.
With no beat, just a little something. Just a little something with no beat. They just had to let the beats go. Never liked it peaceful. Should've never gave you people access to key codes. Now the spirits in the building. Stories that the priest told. Old had a heat roll with Tim's and a peacoat. I know what the streets know. Who you think I speak for? Lotus got that juice. Nasty like Tampico. Flashy with the lingo. Flashy with the jewels. But never test the fuel. Cause they don't think you do well. Find me in Pulaski. Catfish at Do Wells. On my way to Cali. Like James with the 2 L's. That's it in a nutshell. Nothing sweet bluebell. well. We just recess, then you hear the school bell. Fresh air, new smell, Mindstate. A high stakes, a screw face, stay open like I'm 212. Face open with the
Papyrus,
energy,
catalyst,
rattling your clavicle. Count me an abacus, calamitous, upwards, over average buzz.
Shag, give it up for Abstract Mindstate!
Thank you.
I want to keep it going for my man Brandon Rainey! Let's hear it for Shani Ashley Francio! Of course, you guys, Alex Yates. Can I get a Yates? 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 And let's hear it from my man Blake over here. He's been here before. I love the family that comes back. Everybody, thank you so much for joining us on our Halloween show. We've had a big, big year, and it's not going to stop. We'll see you guys next time for more Neft After Dark!